When talking to someone asking where they are from, we might hear an answer, "I am a citizen of X." A citizenship is an allegiance of a person to a state, and each state defines the conditions of recognizing people as its citizens. For example, I am a citizen of Poland. I have a Polish passport, a Polish ID, driver's license, and an overwhelming urge to eat pierogi. All those things, except pierogi, were issued by the state. The Polish state determines the laws the citizen must obey and freedoms they receive. But what if you're a citizen of 2 or more countries, or have no citizenship at all? We'll answer all of these questions in a moment, but first, please subscribe to the channel. My analytics are in the toilet right now. It's, I think, the 4th month of trying to get to 3,000. So, subscribe, hit the bell, and let's get to the video. First, let's look at what revoking and renouncing a citizenship means. If your citizenship's been revoked, it means it has been taken away by the state. Revoking a citizenship is basically the state telling you to go do one. How can one upset the government so badly it literally doesn't want to admit they're from there? I'll use the US as an example. In the land of the free, you can get your citizenship revoked, for example, by applying for a foreign citizenship with the intention of renouncing the US one, committing an act of treason against the state, or, under certain conditions, running for a public office and/or entering military service in a foreign country. If you want to renounce your citizenship in the United States, you would need to go in person to a US consular or another diplomatic officer and sign an oath of renunciation. In Poland, you can renounce your citizenship by filing an application to the president, and if he accepts, you lose your citizenship after 30 days. Each country has different requirements for renunciation. However, if you're from Argentina and want to renounce your citizenship, then bad luck. Cause in Argentina you literally cannot renounce your citizenship no matter what. But be aware, if you renounce your citizenship and don't have a dual citizenship, you'll end up becoming stateless, and that is not a good thing. If you lose your only citizenship or decide to renounce it, you'll become stateless. What that means is you basically aren't a citizen of any country. You cannot get legal protection from the government, aren't subjected to the laws of the country you're in, have no access to education, employment and healthcare, and most importantly, you legally cannot leave the country. I mean, you can try, but you'll get detained at the airport and be stuck there forever. That's exactly what happened to Mehran Karimi Nasseri. Even if you don't know the name, you know the story. Nasseri's Iranian citizenship was revoked while he was on his way to France fleeing the country. Upon arriving in France, he couldn't leave the airport, so he made the airport his own home. Nasseri lived there for 18 years until he had to be hospitalized. He was looked after by the French Red Cross and since 2008 was living in a Paris shelter. In September 2022, he returned to the airport where he died 2 months later. In 2021, the UNHCR reported there are 4.3 million stateless people worldwide, although that number could be as high as 10 million, as not all cases are reported. Let's end this video on a positive note. Hypothetically, how many countries can I be a citizen of? Theoretically, there is no limit. Practically, it depends on the country. For example, Poland doesn't recognize dual citizenships. You can hold both Polish and let's say Canadian citizenship, but if you're living in Poland, by law, you are only a citizen of Poland. But that's not the main point here, we wanna go crazy. So, let's set the scene. You're a British citizen, born and raised in Wales, married to a Swiss, and living in Wales, but preparing to move to Switzerland. And you have British and Canadian parents, and an Irish grandparent on one side. You can apply for Canadian and Irish citizenships by ancestry, and after 5 years of living in Switzerland, you'll be able to apply for a Swiss one as well. If all your applications are accepted, that will make you a citizen of 4 countries: UK, Canada, Ireland, and Switzerland. As a bonus, with the Irish citizenship comes EU citizenship. Swiss cantons also have citizenships of their own, and as you were born in Wales and still living there, you are eligible for a Welsh citizenship. So you would hold 7 citizenships. The fact that it's theoretically possible absolutely frazzled my brain. And that is gonna wrap up the video. We've seen how you can lose citizenships, why being stateless is bad, and how to acquire multiple citizenships at once. And before you start commenting, "Oh, you didn't get a step-by-step how to acquire a citizenship," your local consulate or embassy of the country of your interest certainly knows better than me. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.